A single feather can be worth more than a luxury watch. Some of these birds are so rare that they have already disappeared from the wild, while others shine like living gold under the sun. You are about to meet 15 incredible birds, and the last one on the list looks like a mythical creature. Have you ever seen a pheasant with a tail over 1.5 meters long? Then subscribe, leave a like on the video, and comment on which of these wonders you would like to see in real life. But before we start, subscribe to our channel and leave your like. Now let's begin. Number 1. Golden pheasant, the living jewel of the mountains. Introduction. The golden pheasant, Chrysolophus pictus, also known as Chinese pheasant, is widely regarded as one of the most visually spectacular birds in the world. Native to the western mountain forests of China, it embodies an exquisite combination of color, form, and behavior that seems almost unreal. Its feathers gleam like liquid gold in sunlight, with patterns so intricate that they appear hand-painted. Beyond its aesthetic appeal, the golden pheasant offers fascinating insights into avian biology, evolutionary adaptation, and cultural symbolism. Its unique combination of visual brilliance, elusive behavior, and adaptability to varied habitats makes it a subject of continuous scientific fascination and admiration among bird enthusiasts, ecologists, and cultural historians alike. Morphology and appearance. The golden pheasant is medium-sized but visually impressive with remarkable sexual dimorphism. Size, typically 70-90 cm long, with the tail making up more than half its length. Weight, slightly over 1 kilo for males. Females are smaller and more subdued in coloration. Plumage, males boast a bright golden yellow crest, a deep red body, and fan-shaped orange feathers. Black and blue accents highlight the wings and tail feathers, producing a complex, almost three-dimensional pattern. Females are mottled brown with hints of yellow, providing camouflage in dense undergrowth. The feathers are specialized for display and survival. The tail and cape feathers are stiff yet lightweight, allowing for dramatic courtship displays while remaining aerodynamic for short bursts of flight. Habitat and distribution. Golden pheasants are endemic to the mountain forests of western China, particularly in the provinces of Sichuan, Gansu, and Shanxi. They prefer dense forests with thick undergrowth bamboo thickets that provide both food and shelter, steep, rugged terrain offering protection from predators. Interestingly, escaped populations have established themselves in parts of Europe, including the United Kingdom and Spain, where they thrive in woodland reserves, parks, and estates. These non-native colonies provide valuable opportunities for observational studies of adaptation in new environments, behavior and ecology. Diet. Golden pheasants are omnivorous, feeding on a combination of seeds, grains and leaves, fruits and berries, insects, worms, and small invertebrates. Their diet varies seasonally, with fruits and seeds dominating in autumn and insects in spring and summer. This flexibility allows them to survive across diverse conditions. Social behavior. Typically shy and secretive, spending most of their time on the forest floor, form small flocks during winter, often led by dominant males. Communication includes soft whistles, clucks, and tail rattling during courtship or to signal alarm. Courtship and reproduction. The golden pheasant's mating ritual is a spectacle of evolutionary artistry. Crest display. Males raise their golden crest like a radiant crown. Cape expansion. The bright orange cape feathers fan out, forming an inverted umbrella around the neck. Tail fanning. The long tail feathers are arched gracefully to enhance the illusion of size and color complexity. Movement and sound. Males strut in slow, deliberate steps, making soft clucking noises to capture the female's attention. Nesting. Females lay 8 to 12 eggs in concealed nests on the forest floor, often hidden under dense foliage. Incubation lasts approximately 22 to 23 days, with chicks leaving the nest shortly after hatching to follow the mother in search of food. This ritual demonstrates sexual selection, where females choose mates based on visual and auditory cues indicating health and genetic fitness. Adaptations. Golden pheasants have evolved a series of adaptations to thrive in rugged mountain forests. Camouflage for females. The muted brown coloration helps avoid predation during nesting. Flashy male plumage, optimized for courtship and deterring rival males. Short, powerful flight, useful for escaping predators and navigating steep terrain. Seasonal diet flexibility ensures survival across fluctuating food availability. Conservation status, classified as least concern by the IUCN due to stable populations in native habitats. Main threats include habitat fragmentation due to deforestation, hunting for feathers in local and international markets, predation by introduced species in non-native regions. Conservation efforts focus on protected forest reserves in China, breeding programs in zoos and wildlife parks worldwide, ecotourism initiatives promoting awareness and habitat preservation. Cultural significance. Golden pheasants have played a prominent role in Chinese culture. Feathers were historically used in imperial ceremonial attire, symbolizing nobility, prosperity, and beauty. The bird appears in Chinese paintings, folklore, and literature, often representing luck, abundance, and divine elegance. Its rarity and dazzling appearance have made it a symbol of exoticism and prestige among collectors globally. Interaction with humans. Despite their beauty, golden pheasants are extremely cautious around humans. In natural habitats, they remain hidden and only reveal themselves during courtship or feeding. In captivity, they can be habituated to humans but retain shy behaviors. Escaped populations in Europe demonstrate remarkable adaptability, showing that they can survive and reproduce outside native habitats if suitable forested areas exist. Fascinating facts. The golden pheasant's tail feathers can reach lengths exceeding 60 centimeters, making them ideal for courtship display and competitive signaling. The fanned cape and crest create a visual illusion akin to a living sunburst, dazzling both females and predators. They have a unique ability to remain motionless for long periods, blending seamlessly into the forest floor, only erupting into motion when necessary. Despite appearing fragile, they can sprint and leap with impressive speed and agility, often disappearing into dense vegetation in seconds. Scientific studies researchers have examined genetic diversity among wild and captive populations to ensure healthy breeding, behavioral ecology, including mate choice, territoriality, and predator avoidance strategies, impact of habitat fragmentation, analyzing how isolated populations adapt or decline in non-native environments. These studies provide insight not only into golden pheasants, but also into broader principles of sexual selection, evolution, and forest ecosystem dynamics. Observing the golden pheasant for birdwatchers and photographers. Early morning and late afternoon are ideal times when light accentuates the golden plumage. Observers must remain silent and patient, as the bird's elusive nature and camouflage make sightings rare. The mating season is particularly spectacular, offering the chance to witness courtship displays and hear their subtle vocalizations. Conclusion: the golden pheasant is more than a bird. It is a living masterpiece of evolution. Its vibrant colors, elaborate mating rituals, and adaptability to challenging environments exemplify nature's artistry. From the rugged mountains of western China to forested enclaves in Europe, the golden pheasant continues to captivate scientists, artists, and enthusiasts alike. To see one in the wild is to witness nature's splendor rendered in living color, a moment that lingers in memory long after the bird has vanished into the shadows of the forest. Its survival and continued beauty remind us of the intricate balance of ecosystems and the wonder hidden in every corner of our natural world. Number 2. Satyr tragopan. It has blue horns, an inflatable throat sac, and plumage that looks like it was designed by a fashion designer. The satyr tragopan is one of the strangest and most beautiful pheasants in the world. Native to the mountainous forests of the Himalayas, this pheasant lives in cold regions, between 3,000 and 4,000 meters above sea level. The male is a true visual show, intense red with white snowflake-like spots and 2 blue appendages that rise like antennas during the mating ritual. But the most astonishing feature is the turquoise inflatable throat sac, forming a structure that looks extraterrestrial. The female, as in many pheasant species, is much more discreet, which helps with camouflage and protecting her chicks. Have you ever heard of this bird? Would you dare to watch this bizarre display in real life? Despite its flashy appearance, the tragopan is shy and hard to spot, which makes it highly coveted by birdwatchers worldwide. It's almost like seeing a magical creature emerging from the frozen trees. Number 3. Black grouse. The Forest Artist of the North introduction, the forest dancer. The black grouse, also called the black lerurus or black capercaillie, is one of the most iconic birds of Europe and northern Asia. Seeing it for the first time, especially in spring, is witnessing a true natural spectacle. The male performs impressive dances, circling, puffing out its chest, and making deep sounds that echo through the forest like muffled drums. Every movement and vocalization has one purpose: to win the female. It's as if the forest turns into a natural theater stage, with each male as an artist and the female as the most critical audience. Distribution and habitat. The black grouse is native to cold and temperate regions of Europe and Asia. Europe, Scandinavia, Germany, Poland, Baltic countries, Asia, northern Russia, Siberia, and the mountainous areas of the Caucasus. Habitat: coniferous forests, open clearings, peatlands, mixed woodlands with low shrubs. Altitude: from sea level up to 1,500 meters. Clearings and open areas within the forest are crucial because they act as natural rings for courtship displays. Morphology and sexual dimorphism. Male, black plumage with metallic blue and green reflections. Long forked tail shaped like a lyre, which gives the genus Lyrurus its name. Robust build with a broad chest for display during dancing. Short, strong beak suitable for eating seeds, shoots, and insects. Female, mainly brown plumage with patterns for perfect camouflage. Smaller than the male, without a forked tail, with a discreet silhouette. Carefully observes male dances before choosing a mate. Sexual dimorphism is extreme. Males show spectacular colors and movements, while females adopt a strategy of discretion, essential to protect eggs and chicks. Behavior and courtship dance. The highlight of the black grouse's life is the courtship dance, which combines visual display, vocalization, and body posture. Mating clearings. Males select open spaces in the forest where their dance will be visible to all females in the area. Movements. Circle slowly, raising the chest. Short jumps and wing shakes emphasize size and vigor. Forked tail spreads like a visual musical instrument. Vocalization. Deep, continuous sounds echoing through the forest like natural drums, audible for tens of meters. Competition. Males compete without physical contact, trying to outdo rivals visually and vocally. Female choice. The female evaluates the display, strength, tail symmetry, and vocal quality before choosing a mate. Reproduction and life cycle: breeding season, spring between April and June, depending on latitude. Nest. Built on the ground among foliage and small shrubs, carefully camouflaged. Clutch. 6 to 12 eggs, incubated by the female for 21 to 25 days. Chicks, precocial, covered in down, able to follow the mother quickly. The black grouse's reproductive cycle demonstrates sophisticated evolutionary strategies. Males show off, while females discreetly protect and rear the young, balancing display and survival. Diet and feeding ecology. Diet: grass seeds, shoots, leaves, fruits, insects. Seasonal adaptation. In winter, mainly seeds and shoots. In spring and summer, insects provide protein. Foraging, mainly at dawn and dusk to minimize predator risk. The black grouse plays an important role in seed dispersal and the ecological balance of temperate forests. Predators and defense: natural predators, raptors, foxes, small carnivores. Defense: camouflage of females and chicks, fast running and short flights to escape. Deep vocalizations may scare intruders or alert other males. Survival depends on the ability to hide and display simultaneously, a delicate balance between showiness and caution, conservation and threats. Over the last 100 years, the black grouse has faced deforestation for agriculture and urbanization, illegal hunting, especially by collectors, habitat fragmentation, complicating reproduction and dispersal, conservation efforts, establishing nature reserves and protected parks, population monitoring and periodic censuses, environmental education to reduce hunting and raise awareness about the species, captive breeding programs in European and Asian zoos. Today, in many regions of Scandinavia and Russia, populations are stable, but in other areas the species still faces decline. Cultural significance and folklore: symbol of elegance and strength in northern European forests. Featured in Scandinavian and Baltic legends, associated with courage, competition, and natural beauty. Watching the courtship dance has inspired poets, artists, and naturalists since the 18th century. The natural spectacle of the black grouse is often described as a silent ballet before sunrise, a ritual combining art, nature, and science. Fascinating facts: males can perform the dance before dawn, taking advantage of mist and forest silence to amplify their vocalizations. Each display clearing is a carefully chosen territory, repeated year after year. Despite the name lyre cock, the tail is not musical, but visually resembles the instrument. Research shows that tail symmetry is directly linked to health and reproductive success. Comparisons with other European birds. Alpine black grouse, Tetraurogallis, larger, less iridescent plumage. Common black grouse, Tetrotetrix, similar but male, smaller and less flamboyant. The black grouse stands out for the combination of dance, deep vocalization, and metallic blue plumage, making it one of Europe's greatest natural spectacles. Philosophy and reflection. The black grouse teaches us about the complexity of sexual evolution and natural selection, the importance of intact habitats for complex natural behaviors, how instinct and aesthetics combine to create spectacles of rare beauty. Watching its dance is witnessing the poetry of nature, where every step, jump, and sound is carefully calculated to perpetuate the species. Number 6. Reeves's pheasant. Can you imagine a bird with a tail longer than an adult human? Reeves's pheasant holds that record, with feathers that can reach up to 2 meters in length. Native to the mountainous regions of China, Reeves's pheasant impresses not only with its size, but also with its beauty and majesty. The male has a body covered with white feathers edged in black, a golden head with a black mask, and one of the longest tails in the world among flying birds. Even with this gigantic tail, it can fly, albeit with difficulty. But who needs to fly when you command attention just by being present? This bird was so valued that it was raised in the gardens of Chinese emperors as a symbol of prestige and power. Nowadays, it is bred in captivity in several countries, yet seeing an adult with a full tail is still extremely rare. Do you think such a long tail helps or hinders survival in the wild? Can you imagine carrying that through the jungle? Interestingly, Reeves's pheasant is also known for its strong temperament. In captivity, males can be territorial and aggressive toward others of the same species, especially during mating season. A dazzling, rare bird with a strong personality, Reeves's pheasant not only impresses, but dominates any place it inhabits. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? If everyone watching this video subscribes, we'll quickly reach 100,000, and you can be part of it today. And at the end of the video and in the pinned first comment, there's a special exclusive product for subscribers. Don't miss this opportunity made with love for animal lovers. Number 7. Silver pheasant. A white mantle with black patterns, a long elegant tail, and a vibrant red face. It sounds like a description of formal attire, but it's the silver pheasant, a classic among Asian pheasants. This bird is native to southeastern China and can also be found in Vietnam, Laos, and Thailand. The adult male is truly imposing, body covered in white feathers with black lines resembling brush strokes, a long straight tail, and a bright red facial mask. It can reach about 1 meter in length, half of which is tail. The female, more discreet, has brown tones that help camouflage her while incubating eggs. This species has a long-standing relationship with humans. It is commonly seen in botanical gardens, zoos, and even Eastern temples, where it symbolizes elegance and balance. Its behavior also stands out, active, alert, and emitting short, deep sounds resembling war drums. Would you keep a silver pheasant in your yard if you could? Do you think such beautiful birds are still largely unknown? Despite their beauty, they are not endangered, making them one of the most accessible pheasants for observation. In the wild or in conservation breeding programs, the silver pheasant doesn't need extravagance to impress. It is pure sophistication in bird form. Number 8. Western capercaillie, the majestic forest giant of Europe. The western capercaillie, Tetraurogallis, also known as the wood grouse or heather cock, holds the distinction of being the largest wild grouse species in Europe. Adult males can weigh nearly 7 kilograms, over 15 pounds, and measure up to 120 centimeters in length, making them not only imposing in size, but also commanding figures in the folklore and natural history of the regions they inhabit. This magnificent bird has long captured the imagination of humans, appearing in ancient legends, traditional rituals, and even in modern accounts of unexpected encounters in the wild, habitat, and range. The capercaillie is found across the vast boreal and temperate forests of Europe, ranging from the dense pine woods of Scandinavia to the alpine forests of Switzerland and Austria, extending eastward through the wooded expanses of Russia. Its preferred habitat consists of mature coniferous forests interspersed with open clearings, heather, and berry-rich undergrowth. Such environments provide both the cover necessary for survival and the open spaces essential for courtship displays. In these forests, the capercaillie plays a crucial ecological role as a seed disperser, particularly for conifers, and as a consumer of berries and insects, contributing to the complex web of forest life. Appearance and identification. The male capercaillie is an extraordinary sight. Its plumage is predominantly dark, with iridescent greenish and bluish reflections that shimmer in the dappled sunlight of the forest. The chest is broad and pronounced, giving the bird a robust and almost armored appearance. Its tail feathers, long and fan-shaped, can be raised to create a dramatic display, while the wings are strong and rounded, allowing for explosive bursts of flight. The head features a distinctive red comb above the eyes, which becomes particularly prominent during the breeding season. The female, significantly smaller and less conspicuous, sports mottled brown plumage that provides perfect camouflage among fallen needles, leaves, and underbrush, a critical adaptation for nesting and avoiding predators. Vocalizations and calls. One of the most striking features of the capercaillie is its guttural, resonant call, which echoes through the forest like a deep, vibrating drumbeat. This sound is especially prominent during the breeding season, when males announce their presence and assert dominance over territory. The call, which can be heard for hundreds of meters, is not just a mating signal, but also a warning to rivals and a declaration of territory ownership. Accompanying these vocalizations, males engage in elaborate displays involving wing beats, tail fanning, and puffing out their chest feathers to amplify their size and intimidate competitors, breeding behavior and courtship. During the lekking season, which typically occurs in early spring, capercaillies gather in traditional display grounds known as leks. Here, males compete for the attention of females in performances that are both mesmerizing and fierce. They strut, sing, and drum with their wings, each movement carefully calculated to impress potential mates and to establish dominance over other males. Observing a capercaillie lek is akin to witnessing a ritualized battle. The air vibrates with energy, and tension is palpable as males engage in subtle posturing, wing slaps, and even direct confrontations. Some fights can escalate into intense clashes where males push, peck, and use their formidable size to assert control. Females visit the leks primarily to select a mate based on the strength, size, and vigor of the performing males. Once a female chooses, she will quietly move away from the lek to find a safe nesting site, usually on the ground amidst dense vegetation. Nests are simple depressions lined with moss, leaves, and needles, but they provide crucial protection for the clutch, which generally contains 6 to 12 eggs. Incubation lasts around 26 to 28 days, during which the female remains vigilant against predators such as foxes, martens, and birds of prey. The chicks are precocial, leaving the nest within hours of hatching and immediately capable of foraging under maternal guidance. Aggressive and unpredictable behavior. What truly sets the capercaillie apart in the animal kingdom is its occasionally aggressive interaction with humans and other animals. During the breeding season, males can be highly territorial and defensive, sometimes even attacking hikers, cyclists, or passing vehicles that inadvertently enter their domain. There are documented cases of capercaillies confronting their own reflection in windows, mirrors, or shiny surfaces, treating it as a rival to be driven away. This unpredictable behavior has earned the bird a reputation as both a forest guardian and a mischievous character in local lore. For unwary humans, a surprise encounter with a 7-kilogram bird lunging from the underbrush can be startling if not intimidating. Diet and feeding habits. The western capercaillie has a varied diet that shifts seasonally. During the winter, it primarily consumes needles from coniferous trees, particularly pine and spruce, which are fibrous and low in nutrition but abundant in the forest. In spring and summer, its diet becomes more diverse, including buds, leaves, berries, insects, and even small invertebrates. This seasonal flexibility allows the species to survive in harsh northern climates, though food scarcity and habitat degradation remain significant challenges in some regions. Conservation status and threats. Despite its remarkable adaptations and resilience, the capercaillie faces significant threats in modern Europe. Deforestation, logging, and the fragmentation of its preferred habitat have led to population declines across much of its range. In Western Europe, especially in the Alps and parts of Scandinavia, populations have become isolated, and genetic diversity is decreasing. Climate change further complicates survival, altering the timing of breeding, food availability, and snow cover, which can affect both the survival of chicks and the mobility of adults. Conservation programs in countries such as Switzerland, Germany, and Norway aim to protect key habitats, maintain forest corridors, and monitor populations to prevent further decline. Cultural significance and human fascination. Throughout history, the capercaillie has held a special place in the culture of northern and central Europe. It appears in folklore as a symbol of strength, virility, and forest majesty. In some regions, hunters once pursued it as a prestigious game bird, admired for both its size and elusiveness. In modern times, photographers, bird watchers, and wildlife enthusiasts seek out capercaillies for the spectacle of their displays and the chance to observe one of Europe's most enigmatic forest dwellers in its natural habitat. The bird's imposing presence, powerful calls, and dramatic displays have inspired myths, art, and literature. Local communities often regard it with respect and caution, aware that the capercaillie is a guardian of the forest, capable of defending its territory with surprising tenacity. Conclusion: the western capercaillie is a remarkable testament to the resilience, beauty, and complexity of Europe's forest ecosystems. Its size, plumage, behavior, and ecological role make it a species both awe-inspiring and indispensable to the health of northern and alpine forests. Observing a capercaillie in the wild is an unforgettable experience. From the mesmerizing courtship dance to the guttural echoes that ripple through the trees, every aspect of this bird speaks of the intricacy of nature and the delicate balance required for survival. Wild, unpredictable, and absolutely fascinating, the capercaillie reminds us that even in the most familiar forests, there are creatures capable of commanding respect, provoking admiration, and challenging our assumptions about the animal world. Its story is one of strength, vulnerability, and enduring mystery, making it a true emblem of the European wilderness. Number 9. Gray peacock pheasant. Neither a pheasant nor a peacock, but it combines the best of both worlds. The gray peacock pheasant is a subtle jewel of Southeast Asian forests, found in countries such as Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam. This medium-sized pheasant stands out for its detailed plumage, gray feathers with iridescent eyes in blue and green scattered across the wings and tail, resembling a peacock's fan. Unlike many vividly colored pheasants, the gray peacock pheasant relies on subtle sophistication. During courtship, the male raises his tail and partially spreads his wings, displaying shimmering eyes in a silent, elegant show. Interestingly, its species name Bacalcaratum means two spurs. And yes, it has two sharp spurs on each leg, a rare trait among birds, giving it an extra weapon in territorial disputes. Have you ever seen a bird that seems ordinary from afar but reveals incredible details up close? Do you think beauty always needs to be flashy? Despite living in dense forests, the gray peacock pheasant is quite adaptable and can survive in human-altered areas, increasing its conservation prospects. Quiet, mysterious, and surprising, it proves that not all beauty needs to shout to be noticed. Number 10. Lady Amherst's pheasant, a tail as long as a silk ribbon, feathers combining silver, metallic green, and bright red, and a neck collar resembling a sculpture. This is Lady Amherst's pheasant, one of the most elegant birds in the world. Native to China and northern Myanmar, this pheasant was named after the wife of a British governor of India in the 19th century, and the name fits perfectly. The male has one of the most refined plumages among all pheasants. Its tail can exceed 1.2 meters, with symmetrical black and white patterns. During courtship, the male inflates its neck feathers and circles the female as if carrying a three-dimensional feathered cape. It's a silent yet utterly mesmerizing display. Do you think this bird rivals the golden pheasant in beauty? Had you heard of it before? Despite being so exotic, the species was introduced to England, where it survived for decades in the wild. Today it is rare in nature, but still maintained in captivity by specialized breeders. Another curious fact, it is extremely shy and quiet, the opposite of its visual exuberance. Seeing it in the wild requires luck, patience, and discretion. A true living jewel of delicacy, symmetry, and history. Number 11. Kaleege pheasant black as coal, with metallic reflections and intense red eyes. The Kaleege pheasant combines mystery and strength with an appearance that seems straight out of a dark fairy tale. This species is native to the Himalayan forests, found from Afghanistan to Nepal and northern India. The male has black plumage with blue-green iridescence and white feathers on the sides, while the female, like many pheasants, is more subdued with blended brown tones. About 70 centimeters long, it is an excellent runner, preferring to escape on foot through vegetation rather than fly. Alert, agile, and territorial, it does not hesitate to defend its territory, especially during mating season. Would you dare to watch this pheasant along Himalayan paths? Do you think its beauty lies in simplicity or intensity? Although not as famous as its golden or silver relatives, the Kaleege pheasant has a sober, wild charm, often associated with strength and endurance by local communities. It even appears in regional art and folklore. Today it is considered a species of least concern, allowing observation in its natural habitat for those willing to climb the mountains. The Kaleege pheasant does not need many colors to be unforgettable. It embodies the elegant darkness of cold forests. Number 12. Crested pheasant, hill pheasant. Imagine a bird with an upright crest, a long streaked tail, and plumage tailor-made to camouflage in the mountains. This is the crested pheasant, discreet, agile, and surprisingly charming. Also known as the hill pheasant, it inhabits the mountainous forests of the Himalayas, Afghanistan, Pakistan, northern India, and Nepal. The male displays an elongated black crest reminiscent of a retro hairstyle and feathers blending shades of brown, gray, and black with well-defined patterns. The female is more muted, ideal for remaining unnoticed while tending to eggs. Although not as flashy as its colorful relatives, the crested pheasant draws attention with the contrast between its elegant appearance and reserved behavior. It prefers to walk along the ground, gliding through leaves almost silently. If threatened, it vanishes into the vegetation like a ghost. Would you value such subtle beauty, or do you think only extravagant pheasants deserve recognition? A little known fact, the crested pheasant is the only living representative of the genus Peacocks, with no close relatives among other pheasant species, making it evolutionarily special. Due to its remote habitat and reserved nature, it is rarely seen, but those who encounter it in the wild describe the experience as discovering a hidden treasure. The crested pheasant is the definition of silent elegance in the heights of the Himalayas. Number 13. Lacour's pheasant. Once considered extinct in the wild, and for decades no one knew if it still existed outside of breeding programs, Lacour's pheasant is a living miracle of animal conservation. Native to the tropical forests of Vietnam, this rare pheasant has a dark body with a bluish sheen and an erect white crest that stands out from afar. It was named in honor of the French naturalist Jean-Théodore de Lacour, who described it in the early 20th century. The male is eye-catching, with dense metallic plumage, bright red legs, and an expressive gaze. Measuring between 60 and 70 centimeters, it is known for its proud stance. The female, as usual, is more discreet, with brown tones aiding camouflage. For a long time, it was thought that Lacour's pheasant no longer existed in the wild. However, in 2021, a scientific expedition found visual evidence of the species in a remote region, reigniting hopes for its reintroduction. Should we invest in bringing such species back to nature? Did you know this near extinction story? Thanks to captive breeding programs, there are now hundreds of living specimens, and some projects aim to reintroduce them to protected areas in Vietnam. A symbol of resilience and the importance of conservation, Lacour's pheasant demonstrates that even when facing extinction, life always finds a way to persist. Number 14. Himalayan monal. It seems coated in iridescent oil, reflecting greens, blues, purples, and golds. The Himalayan monal is so stunning that it has been declared the national bird of Nepal and even inspires legends among mountain peoples. Living above 4,000 meters, this mountain pheasant endures extreme cold, snow, and steep terrain. Yet the male displays one of the brightest plumages in the world. The head is metallic green, the body blends warm and cool tones, and the tail is orange with a white tip. It looks like it was made from gemstones. During the day, it probes the ground with its beak for roots and insects. At night, it shelters under bushes to stay warm. The female has mixed brown plumage, perfect for blending into the dry vegetation. Have you ever seen a bird shine as if made of colored glass? Would you dare climb a mountain just to see it in the wild? The monal also has a curved crest that moves with the wind, making it even more expressive. In local folklore, it symbolizes beauty, courage, and good luck. Seeing a monal high in the Himalayas is like encountering a sacred creature, a living reflection of nature's light. Number 15. Common pheasant. You may have seen a pheasant today without even noticing. The common pheasant is the most widespread in the world, and at the same time, one of the most overlooked. But believe me, its story is impressive. Native to Central Asia, the common pheasant has been introduced to over 50 countries and now lives in forests, agricultural fields, and even along roadsides. It is the primary representative of the pheasant family in much of Europe, North America, and New Zealand. The male is easy to recognize, bright feathers in shades of copper, green, purple, and blue, with a long streaked tail. The head is dark blue with a white neck ring and red facial skin. The female, in contrast, is mottled brown and very discreet. Did you know that in the Middle Ages it symbolized nobility, and today it is still widely raised for sport hunting in various countries? The common pheasant also appears in old crests, paintings, books, and even European folklore. Because it is so common, many forget to appreciate its true beauty. Do you think it's fair to call it common, or does it deserve a closer look? The common pheasant closes our list, showing that even the most familiar can be extraordinary when truly observed. These birds are really impressive, aren't they? Each one more exotic than the last. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed our content, subscribe to our channel and leave a like. Also, check out other interesting content appearing on your screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video. See you next time.